welcome aboard. Once again, we're back with Ghost Boat Adventures, and we've got Jordan D. Wilson here for another interview. Jordan is our legendary Bigfoot hunter and medicine man from the Heiltsuk First Nation, and Jordan has recently had a Bigfoot encounter. Jordan, tell us about your most recent convincing Bigfoot encounter. What happened, and why did it convince you that something unusual was going on?
Yes, so this was just within the last couple of years that I was out harvesting for one of our cultural programs for pine pitch and medicine roots, and pretty keen on hiking with a dog. I have a dog named Luna, and so it's basically been my bear away, helping me while I'm busy, harvesting medicines and stuff. So I basically I've learned from trapper knowledge from one of my late uncles that when you walk in the bush, you have to find the open high ground where you can see your surroundings. Mm-hmm. Very key information when you're in heavy bush or in bear territory. So right. to understand these key components of traversing different terrains and environments in the terrestrial woods there. So this one experience that I had, which was 2 years ago, I was out harvesting for some medicines for a culture program, and I guess we just made it to high ground, and I heard me and my dog, we both heard some noise like down in the lower hill. So we heard a break, so we got ourselves aware of it, and then so we were heading in the direction where the medicine was, which was heading north. And when we heard the noise, we scanned the whole area, didn't see nothing, so I continued, and there was no odor or no scent whatsoever, so there was nothing to be really alarmed about, but we did hear a noise, could have been anything like a deer or a wolf or something. So we continued in the direction we were going, and I figured, okay, well, we better get on to the open. So I went down to the open field, and just as we get down there, it was somewhere in the area where we heard the noise, and we come across a track, which is could have been the size of a large grizzly bear. But the interesting thing about the track was that it had a heel and pronounced toes, but it was like a heavy animal, heavy enough to leave its imprint in moss. So if you can imagine an imprint and actually in moss, you have something quite significantly heavy to do that. So
right.
I was like, oh my gosh, it could have been either or, the grizzly bear or a large black bear. But to me, it didn't really cross my mind at the time, but it did look like a footprint, like an actual like a Bigfoot print, a Bigfoot
right.
print, Sasquatch.
Right.
So it alarmed me to begin with, but I had a dog, and I could see the medicine where I was, and so I decided, okay, I made enough noise, and just getting some pitch, and then I got some medicine roots, and so I figured I didn't want to stay too long because that was quite a fresh print. So I'm making enough noise, talking to the dog, telling her to hang out and be patient. Dogs know they can sense things, so it was getting kind of whimpery. Luna was the name of my dog, and she was getting a little bit whiny and like she was getting impatient. So she was a very, very intelligent, smart dog, pit bull husky. Right. So anyway, so I'm like, okay, we'll give him a minute. So I see some more medicine while I was leaving, so I stop again to get a bit more. and I happened to look across the opening of a little field area, and I could see the back of a black furry creature, and it was like standing in an open on a hillside across from me. So it was, and I was kind of like, it got my eye because anything dark and like in amongst the cedar, it's kind of like it stands out, right? So, but I would say it was up about maybe close to 7, 8 feet tall. It's standing upright, and in behind a cedar, I could just see the back side of its shoulder. And I stared for a few minutes, and I just like going, "Am I seeing things?" And I literally see the hair blowing in the wind, and I go, "Oh my gosh!" And it was back the Sasquatch actually backtracked and came back in the side that I had seen the track. It came back up the hill and was standing behind some cedars. So I definitely had. It occurred to me that right there and then it was a Sasquatch track that I'd seen. So it verified what I'd seen. So it definitely wasn't a black bear standing on its hind legs.
No, scary. Probably watching you harvesting the food. Maybe it was taking notes.
Yeah. It definitely heard me getting pitch and talking to the dog. So, and other people that experience Sasquatches, given awareness of it, they before they go ashore, when they're on boats, I've told that a lot of them fire a shot in the air, and it gives everything a warning that you're there. But basically, I was told by their awareness to just make a lot of noise. So I always have a comfort zone. I've worked with grizzly bear research for 5 years down at the Quay River, and so I have a certain amount of secure understanding of what it takes to be safe in the bush. So I've encountered black bears, I've encountered grizzly bears, so I wasn't really afraid, but I knew that there was something there.
Right. Wow, I would have been way more afraid. Especially about when I saw its hair blowing the wind. Which I've actually saw it. I saw a Sasquatch one time doing the same thing happened. Its hair blew across its face, and it just sent a bolt of fear right down my spine. Like I was so afraid. Yeah, so good for you that you never got scared.